Hello, now we'll start here. I don't know if, because I'm in direct sunlight, I don't think I'm going to do very well. Okay, so what we're going to do is, what I'm going to do, we're going to do a wheel change and a body change. Now, I've got the B5000D, the B5000 GD-9 denoting gold with the negative display, and I've got the B5000G. So this natively actually comes on the rubber strap, but I popped on the black strap ages ago because I really thought that the Darth Vader light here looked really nice. And so I can see that this is going to be too bright. So I will go into. I'm going to change the light in a moment, but just in case we can capture something nice in this sunshine, let's just see if I can get something that looks interesting. On the viewfinder, that sort of looks okay, but I don't know if it's coming through. But I'm trying to capture the sun on these watches, and I think that the lighting, yeah, it's a little too harsh, but not to worry. So what I will do now is let's go over to some better lighting. So I've taken away this glary lighting, and this should come through okay. So what I did a while ago is, let me put this into this zoom here. That should look nice. I've just taken away the direct sun so that it should come through quite nicely there. In the past, I've taken this and the gold negative display, and I've simply swapped the bezel, and I used the rubber straps on that occasion. So I've just changed the bezels on these watches, and I really liked the gold on the silver. But inevitably, I came back from where I was, and after a few days, I swapped them back to their native original colorways. Now, one of the things that I've never actually done that I thought was always going to look good is I would swap the bezels on these two so that the negative display with the gold detailing would be underneath the black bezel. Now, in anticipation of I was going to do that, and then I thought, actually, I think I probably prefer everything native, and so I decided I'm actually going to. I mean, I was also thinking I was going to put the B5000D back on its put the rubber strap on, because it is actually something that I really do like. Every time I've put this strap on this watch, I've always thought it's really good, but for some reason, after a week or two, the bracelet ends up being back on. So, and I even once thought, why don't I get the negative display version of this that comes native with this rubber strap, and simply have both watches? And it was something that I thought about, and I don't know why I didn't go through with that, because you can see it's such a. I was going to put the rubber bracelet on the positive display, and the bracelet on the negative display. Anyway, I thought today I'm going to keep this guy all native, but I thought what I want to do is actually take the bezels off these two, because I'd actually put on some red spacers that I'd got in spare, and I got those red spacers, well, they're really for spare, and I can't remember why exactly I put those red spacers on here, probably to let me know that there's probably a reason for it, but I don't remember what that reason is. Now, in anticipation of these bracelets coming off, I've actually taken out the pins and tubes, and one moment I shall just go and get them. So these are the screw male and female parts for the B5000 GD9. I've already taken them out because they're a bit of a nuisance. You have to use 2 screwdrivers, and so you've got one screw at one end, and the other at the other end. And in the past, I've put one of these at the end of a table. I've sellotaped it to the end of a table, and then I offer up the watch bezel and the screw to this that's suspended by a table, and I've got the screw out that way. And I'm sure that there must be a jig, that Casio must have a jig that allows them to simply place the watch into a jig like that, and then they're able to very easily get to the screw head like that. Anyway, I didn't have them tight, so I was able to get the screws out earlier, and these are the black ones for the G, the B5000G, the black, and I love the way it's all colour matched. I do find that very interesting. Look, Casio have gone to the length there to even, you know, correctly colour match the long screws and the short screws. You know, it is quite cool. I'll put those there, just so I think you can see them. Yeah. Now, so the thing that's actually holding the bracelet in place is a tube, and I'm just going to use that to knock the tube out, because I think it's roughly the same diameter. Yeah, I can feel it coming out there. Maybe I need a screwdriver that's just slightly smaller, although I can feel it. Yeah, the tube is there. There you go. So that tube, that's going to come out there. That tube is the bit that actually holds the strap in place, and these are the screws that go inside the tube. So, you know, this is engineering detail, and like the strap comes out just like that. And I'll do the same this side. The screw is literally the same diameter as the hole, which I think is 2 mils or 2.5 mil. And in the past I must have used, being very gentle not to mark anything. I think I've used a toothpick before. There you go, the tube is coming out there, so that not to scratch. So I'm tempted to pause and go and get so there's the tube there, so that the strap's going to come away very nicely like that. But there's another reason why I'm doing this, because I want to show you the watch head with the red spacer, and I shall do that in a moment. But let me very carefully get the tubes out of the gold as well. Yeah, I want my wood toothpick to do this. I don't like using metal on metal, but I've been able to get. There you go. You see, that tube is actually stainless steel coloured, the same tube as this one. So not everything is colour matched, it seems, but almost everything. So let me get this one through here. Yeah, I really want my toothpick. Never mind. Let's. Yeah, I can feel it going through there. There we go. Right, I must remember always to have the toothpick on the ready. There we go. So that's the tubes for the for the gold piece, and I can put. So let me do this. Let me squash this in. So we've got the gold there. We've got the black there. Looks kind of cool, doesn't it? And so this is what originally got me about these full metal squares by Casio, because the bezel will just come off like that. And so there's that is a solid, oh, I've just noticed there's like a plastic thing there. That's interesting, isn't it? It's like a sellotape. It must be, you know, put there by the factory to, you know, to stop it marking. That's all solid metal. It's so cool. I mean, this is really the main part of the watch. The bezel goes on top. Now, so what I'd done is that I'd popped a red bezel inside it for the sake of it, and you can see here that in actual fact black was the native part that went inside there, just like that. So I've put the black spacer back, and here is the red spacer. Now there are only three models that actually use the red spacer, and it's the B5000D, this silver one, the B5000D with the black negative display. I think it's simply B5000-1. That has a red spacer, and the TFC has a red spacer, but every other watch, I believe, they have black spacers. But I thought the red spacer was such a nice touch of detail. I was sort of wondering why they do it, but then maybe Casio thought that geeks like me, well, might like that sort of thing. So if I take so on this case, the spacer part has stuck to the this part, and I'm wondering if there's a tape is there. I'll come back to that at the moment. But this is the red spacer that I had swapped for the black one, and you can see that this black spacer is the normal one that goes there. So I'm going to put that back there like that. Actually, that looks like it didn't fit. Yes, it does. Yeah, there we go. So that's the spacer inside the bezel. Isn't it cool? Really, it really is. And this has the spacer already inside it, but because it's black, you can't see it. But there you go. It's sort of cool. It's very cool. Now, yeah, I've just noticed these pieces of tape here. Isn't that interesting? And so there's some little tape. Maybe that was part of the manufacturing process for this watch. Let me just wipe the display in case I've got any oils on it. But maybe those bits of tape don't need to be there. Hold on, let's see if it's on this module, the main part of the watch. Again, when I came across these full metals, and I knew that the inside part, I do apologise, I'm going off camera so that I can polish it. I thought, how cool is this? And there must be countless options to modify these things, because that is the watch part. And what I had thought I might do is actually take all the bezels off all the full metals that I've got and swap them around, but I wasn't really in the mood to go to such lengths. But one of the things I did want to do was to put this black bezel on that. Oh, that does look quite good, doesn't it? Oh, that does look good. And so this is why I wanted to do this on camera, and then if I can put this on the red bezel on this with the black buttons. You see, that looks quite cool, doesn't it? Actually, that feels quite tight. That's very interesting. I wonder if it's because it has these bits of sellotape on. I wonder if they should be there. That's very interesting, isn't it? Anyway, what I was going to do was put the gold bezel on that head. You see, now I've got this sort of all in flux. It's making me take a closer look at it. You see, look at that. Let me put the bracelet, the rubber part, next to that. You see, look at that. That is actually quite cool, isn't it? I've created a new watch there. So I had thought about this configuration before, but I'd never done it. But now I've done it. So I can actually go one further. I can actually put up the band, and I can place it inside the case, and like I was going to fit it, I can put the tubes in, because that will hold the there we go, that will hold the top part of that band in place. And I shall do the same here. I thought this might look good, but I'm very tempted to go along with this, because look at that. I mean, that is a cool looking watch. I could imagine Casio releasing a watch like this, you know. I mean, look at that. Let me, I'm literally going to buckle it up, because I'm quite surprised how cool it looks. There we go. That does look pretty good, doesn't it? I'm very surprised. I'm now pausing, because I'm wondering if I do actually fancy keeping that in this configuration, because it looks so cool. That really does look cool, doesn't it? The gold detailing looks very good indeed. Actually, I'm wondering if I should end this video here, because I've covered most of what I wanted to show you today, because I knew I was taking those bezels off and putting the original spacers back. I thought I can do this on camera, but now I've got this, you know, mod thing, this golden black square mod, and it looks so cool. Look at that. That is actually very cool, isn't it? And I could think about this. I am sure, well, I'm not sure, but I'm wondering if those pieces need to be there. Very interesting. I don't think they do need to be there. I really don't. I think it might be part of the manufacturing process. Anyway, and that black spacer fits quite loosely. Let me put that on there. Yeah, so well, when I say loosely, you know, it fits perfectly. It's a nice snug fit. So you know, that's how it should be. But I am wondering if those rubber parts there do need to be on. So the sellotape parts need to be on. I don't think they do. I think it was something that, yeah, there's little. I bet it was to do with. I bet they were put there when it was first assembled, or it was being assembled by Casio, and just very, very small pieces of tape that, yeah, and for some reason, when this was being made, these little bits of tape are still there. They are so small and thin, they probably don't interfere with the bezel, but there we go. I'm just taking them off because the other modules don't have them. It's actually come off, I think. Yeah, it's come off. Right, there we go. Yeah, how interesting. I knew to do this on camera. I thought, I bet you it's going to be interesting. Just whilst you're there, look at this again. This is it's so cool. If you look at the engineering, if you look at what Casio have done here, that is a screwback. They've got this stainless steel main part that houses the crystal, the module, everything. I mean, that is a complete watch. You could imagine, well, you could put the bar through there, and you know, this is the watch, really. But then you know, fit on top the bezel. Let me put that there, and put the bezel on. See, look at that. See, even that looks cool, doesn't it? I mean, that is quite nice. And once again, you know, I can put this in situation by doing this. In fact, this is a good place to end the video. Let's see if I can. That needs to be. Let me put that there. Doing this on camera, it's never easy. Okay, so why is that not going in? In fact, give me a moment. I need to be out of the camera. Hold on. So getting the these tubes into this one because was slightly more difficult, but I thought that actually looks really nice like that. So I thought I would end the video like this. I am very impressed with this black and gold. Look at that. It looks really nice. Anyway, I'm going to end the video there, but hopefully I showed you something interesting. I was waiting to do this on camera because I thought I might not do it again, and I thought I will capture it on camera. Why not? But there you go, the joys of G-Shock and the Full Metal Square once again. Anyway, hope everybody's well, and speak again very soon.